Hi there, I am Ido Bankole. It is another beautiful day here in the city of Lagos, Southwest Nigeria. Of course, it is another interesting edition of Politics or broadcasting to you live from Vanguard. Well, of course, Politics Orb is where we discuss all the major happenings in the political landscape of Nigeria. Today is not going to be different as we have a very interesting guest in the studio in the person of Ada Anambra. Ada Anambra is a member of the Media and Special Projects of the APC Presidential Campaign Council, and she is live here with us here in the studio. Ada, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Nice meeting you.
Right. Well, I can see you are done in APC apparel. Well, that really goes to show, how much of, a strong member you are of the party. Okay, so let us end your thought of the 2023 election.
Okay. Yeah, like you said, I'm a member of the New Media and Special Operation APC Presidential Campaign Council,
Right.
and ahead of the election, we are prepared. We are campaigning as if we are not the incumbent government. We are not waiting on any federal power to give us a victory. Our candidate is going out there conversing and seeking for votes. We are putting all heads together to make sure that we get the victory, we secure the victory, because it looks like the whole electioneering process is a bit competitive. When I mean competitive, the only strong opposition we have is PDP. We are moving ahead to combat and win over them.
Okay, so you just made a few points that I would like to take you on, but first, you said your party is campaigning as if you're not the incumbent. Would I be right if I say that after 8 years of APC rule, why should Nigerians, vote your party or vote your candidate?
Yes, we want to be voted in again, because the tempo of the developmental stride of the Buhari government need to be sustained, and you need a higher capable hand that is in line with the system, that understands the progressive mindset, that knows the agenda, the continuity to come in and take up from Buhari. And we have tried as much as possible to put a whole lot of foundation development on ground. You can see what we did with the Sukuk bond. We put up roads all over the state. Each state testify of a federal road. Kudos to Buhari government. The health sector, a lot of improvement. When it comes to the second Niger bridge, promised by PDP, they did not do anything. APC completed it, even added interconnected roads to it, and a lot of projects. So the refineries privatized. We're working with Dangote to see that we have modular refineries in the country. We have a lot of things, the Lekki seaport, the dry port, a lot of development. So we need to still be there to continue. We don't need somebody that is naive of what is on board or what is going on to come in. That will be a drawing back, and that will put development in this country on a lower scale.
Okay, let me quickly interject here. Well, you said, that PDP seemed to be the only party APC is contending with, right? But before we go to that, you said your party is campaigning rigorously, and because they feel like, okay, they need someone who is experienced in the person of the presidential candidate of your party, Bola Tinubu, to continue where Buhari is going to, leave, right? Okay, but if that is the case, a lot of Nigerians are saying that this current administration has failed Nigerians in all sectors. How do you expect Nigerians to give your party a continuity ticket to continue from where a failed government, according to all Nigerians, or what Nigerians are saying, to continue?
Okay, any Nigeria neglecting or trying to undermine the progress thus far in this nation is unpatriotic. That's a simple way to put it. And I will always call Mr. Peter Obi the leader of unpatriotic Nigerians in this nation, because he's the one driving. Although I think he accepts the fact that there are changes, but as the main opposition is trying to undermine it, then why should Nigerians still go for APC? We are the government that increased this allowance from 18K to 33K. We are the government that continue with continuous cash transfer, empower, name it, social investment programs. In one way or the other, Nigerians, everybody have partake in the progress we have enabled in this country. In one way or the other, we have. Let's be frank to ourselves. Security is more tightening, regardless of external forces trying to push down what this government is doing. But our security, we have reduced Boko Haram threat because we combated them. Though we are not yet there, but the achievement should be reckoned and should be accepted. Something was done. Previously, December's, we always have church bomb blasts. We always have kidnapping on high scale.
And that,
but
and
you
that-
reduce.
I'm still going to take you on the issue of insecurity in the country. But let us discuss, some of the agendas of the candidates at the moment. Okay, let me quickly take you back. You said Peter Obi, is the leader of unpatriotic Nigerians. That's according to what you said.
Yeah.
But some Nigerians believe that Mr. Peter Obi is a blessing, to Tinubu. What would you think of that?
Him coming on board made it clear to Nigerians to see that we need to be patriotic.
Right.
And it's a blessing as much as we have understand there are certain categories of Nigeria that don't believe in this nation.
The unity of this country?
Yeah, in the progress that do not believe that one single progress has been achieved.
Right.
And him coming gave us this separation that there are people that don't believe in this nation. Asiwaju's candidacy believe in this nation, and we have seen the need for people to key into what Asiwaju is saying. Going back to Peter Obi candidacy, everything he's doing, how he came on board, how he emerged was through fraudulent means. If you go back to history, how he emerged as a presidential candidate he has contenders and they narrowed it and gave it to him like that. Others complained, but they undermined the voice. So the silence was
are you saying he's not competent enough to be the flag bearer of Labour Party?
He was not. He just through fraudulent means. That's how they gave him the flag to be the flag bearer of the
but he seemed to be accepted by all Nigerians. If you go on social media,
the issue of his acceptance is, I think, Nigeria as a country has this expectation that when APC government comes on board, that a lot of things is going to change.
That was in 2015.
Thank you.
And this current administration has failed Nigerians.
We have not failed. Just that our people and the media try to undermine the sources and destroy the image of the government of APC.
Well,
I'm still coming.
That is not
I'm
true.
still coming. No,
Go ahead.
I'm still coming. They have been comparing Ghana to Nigeria. Look at Ghana inflation, 54.1 as of last week.
Yeah.
Ours is like 21 point something. I'm not saying that we did not increase or that's the right place to be, but at least we are better than some African nations. We are better in many. The issue that we have, and we keep saying it, is that a lot of global factors affected us. The COVID-19, the recessions, and the whole of thing affected us.
So are you saying the current fuel scarcity is also as a result of...
global? We have global reduction in oil price. It affected us as a nation.
Right.
Even UK, even US, everybody is combating their own challenges.
Right.
It's just that our people do not want to understand that we have a challenge.
Right.
And the government is trying as much as possible to deal with it. And the media succeeded in making it possible for people to not understand. They keep castigating the government. They keep telling the government is not working, but the government has been doing a whole lot of things. The Lagos to Ibadan railway is there. The Abuja to Kaduna railway is there. These things we are put to generate revenues. We have revenue problem in this country, how to generate it. And that's why Buhari went to borrow to put up structures that will generate these revenues. And with that, in the next 8 years, we will still go back and say, Buhari, thank you on all he did. And that's what Ashwaji wants to tap on. He will diversify this economy in as much as going to tap on our natural resources to exploit it and attract foreign investment. He will make sure that with what we have on ground, we will be able to feed ourselves, not only feeding ourselves, we can also export and we can also give to other countries. What he wants to deal with is using what we have to bring this country to another higher level where we are not.
Okay, let me quickly take you on this particular, topic that is trending out there, especially on social media, right?
Okay.
Your candidates came out in, I think about a few days ago when he held a town hall meeting with the Nigerian youth, and of course, majority of them were students, and then he spoke at length about giving student loans to students and probably when they start working, they could, pay back and all of that. some people recalled that in 2014, when Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was campaigning in Lagos, he said vigorously that 4 years is going to be 4 years. And just recently, Nigerian students spent about 8 months at home owing to ASU strike. Do you think Nigerians should believe his plans, towards this student loan?
Yeah, we should believe it.
Why?
When you made mention of the student loan, achieving it is not only the help with the help of the presidency. You need NASA, the National Assembly,
Right.
and of recent it was passed in the Senate as a bill, courtesy of the Speaker of the House of Reps. So it is a process. He knows
Right.
what he's saying. It's a process. Passing the bills go through processes. It has been passed, and him coming on board, he's going to tap on what he said. One thing about Asiwaju is hold him by his word.
Right.
He delivers.
Okay,
That's one of the reasons why I'm supporting. When he says yes, is yes, is yes. When he says no, is no, he's no. When he says he's going to do this, he said it as somebody that is campaigning for Buhari.
Right.
Yes. When Buhari came in, he was not there. He left him to do his thing.
He was not part of Buhari's government.
No, he was not. We all know he was not solely part
but he
of.
was part of the APC member.
Yeah, he was the leader. He was the leader as far as possible to sustain the political party.
Right.
But he
so as a leader of the party, he does not have influence in some of the policies of the government of his party. Is that what you are saying?
That shows you the sincerity of APC. Is Mr. Buhari that is there as our president. He worked on his economic policies and enabled them. And as a leader, he focused on his political party to build it, to give it the audacity and strong will to combat oppositions. And like I said, the student loan is in the process, has been passed in the Senate, and Asiwaju coming on board is going to be...
Okay, you spoke glaringly about why Nigerians should hold Asiwaju by his words. Are you also saying that Nigerians should hold him by his health status? Because I need you to understand that the Nigerian presidency is a very taxing one, right? One that required mental and physical fitness. Do you think Bola Ahmed Tinubu is physically and mentally fit to rule this country for another 4 years?
More than 100% physically, mentally fit. You know, they say he's sick. He cannot go around. He cannot be president. He's not healthy enough. But this man have been campaigning more than other presidential candidates.
Right.
In less than 10 days, he have been in less than 10 states, town hall meetings, engaging people, talking about his economic policies, what he wants to do, and how he's going to do it. No other presidential candidate is doing it. He's telling you, I will bring in agro-businesses. I will put on industrial hub. He's telling you, I will empower. I will elevate our people. Your interest is my interest. Give me the opportunity. I want to develop this country. And him alone can do it. Atiku cannot do it. Peter Obi cannot do it. Peter Obi doesn't have the capacity to rule this country. He's good when it comes to trade and commerce. And don't be surprised that Asiwaju might call him on board when he wins to come and handle the ministry. That's an aspect of his political figure which is different. He believes in bringing everybody on board. Let's make this nation work.
But you just said that Peter Obi is good trade-wise and commerce. Don't you think that is good for our economy?
No, that's not the entirety of what the presidency.
Yeah, of course I know, but of course you need
competency,
someone.
the experience, the expertise when it comes to taking decisions, foreign policies, economic policies, taking decisions because you have been there, you understand. Now, going back to what I'm saying, Peter Obi, when I think what we should be looking at, we have 3 top contenders.
Right.
When they were given the opportunity to be in political public positions, what did they do? What did they enable? Can we trust them with the antecedents and track records? The 3 top contenders, only Asiwaju you can trust. Asiwaju, when you call Asiwaju, you remember Jigibola, you remember Lasma, you remember Lekki Disipo. He acquired more than 16,000 hectares of land. When you talk about Asiwaju, he was the one that initiated the Lekki Disipo, deep seaport, initiated this rail, blue rail station that
you seem to have a number of achievements.
No, I'm coming.
Before you go, let me quickly ask you this, right? You are from Anambra State, right? Okay. I can rightly say from the same state with the candidates of the Labour Party, right? Are you saying for some time you've been in Anambra State, you haven't seen any developmental project executed by Mr. Peter Obi that is what giving him the ticket or the presidential seat of Nigeria.
Okay. I'm not castigating him.
Right. Has he developed, has he done well in Anambra State?
He tried, but he did not do well as expected as a governor. He came in, met an IGR, internal generated revenue at 4 billion, left us at 8 billion. That's nearly 40% increase. Asiwaju came in as a governor in Lagos, made it at 600, increased it at 8 billion.
But you cannot compare. You cannot compare Lagos and Anambra State.
Okay, I'm not. No.
Yes, that's in terms of IGR.
IGR, yeah, yes. Because they try as much as possible to put up extra revenue generating structures on ground. But when Peter Obi had the opportunity, he did not. Could you believe a sitting governor coming out to tell you that his predecessor, all his investment in the state, what next to nothing? You are saving money while we are dying, while our people were poor, we could not go to school, while our roads are not good. In Anambra, Peter Obi roads are being reckoned as washed roads. They are not still there. They are not there. You cannot find them. So when we are talking about Peter Obi, I'm not castigating I will not come here to say he's a bad man, but he is not capable enough to handle the presidency of this nation. Okay. He's not capable. He can come back after 8 years, but for now, we cannot risk it. We can't risk it as a nation. We need someone that is capable enough to take decisions that the Western world cannot toy around, cannot monitor, cannot control. A man that will say, this is what we are doing and we are doing, this is not what we are doing, and he's not looking at anybody. Right. No matter what he needs is the interest of his people and bringing happiness to his people. And that's what Asiwaju wants to do for Nigerians. Okay, well, you spoke about Lagos IGR and, of course, trying to compare Lagos and Anambra. Of course, how will a Tinubu government look like, in terms of proliferation of touts, what we've seen in Lagos? Because, of course, while he was in government as a governor of Lagos, we witnessed the number of increase in streets in tout. Of course, people that go around telling you they are taking levies for buses and Okada riders and all of that. How will such government look like at a national level? Are we going to witness another proliferation of tout across the country? Okay, is it only in Lagos that touts are seen? We have them in Ibadan, we have them all over Anambra. Even Sulu at the moment is trying to handle them now.
But Lagos seems to be notorious for...
notorious before Asiwaju came in. And he used last month to employ these guys and give them employment. One thing is certain. To combat these issues in our society, we need to create another avenue where these guys will utilize their skills. Because once you keep them busy, atrocities will not be seen. Once you keep them busy kidnapping, once you keep them busy with skills, equip them, employ them, give them the right thing to do, there will be decrease in crime rates. And that's the focus of Asiwaju. He did it in Lagos, he will still do it as the president of this country. And that reminds me, Togri is a national issue. It's seen in every state. Yeah, it's just up to you as a governor to know how to handle to handle it in your state. He handled it in Lagos. He will do it on the national level. Okay,
so let's quickly look at security, before we come back to you again. Tell us what are the plans of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for insecurity in Nigeria?
Yeah, Asiwaju is an articulated man. His experience marvels me, and his expertise is one of the reasons I'm still rooting for him. Right. Because let's say today I want to go fully into politics and I'm handing over my business to somebody. Of course, I have to look for somebody that is 10 times more intelligent than me, a critical thinker, a deep thinker that can handle things. If I'm not there, I will be safe and assured that this person can do it. Now, assured is the person you need to be there. Because once he's there, the decisions to take, you will not feel like, oh, he's not going to get it right. He will get it right. He is experienced. He knows what will be good for us and what will be bad for us. When it comes to security, he's bringing up anti-terrorist battalions, specialized, well-trained, that we tap on what Buhari have done security.
This special battalion, are they the 50 million youths he talked about during the campaign that is going to employ 50 million youths, or we should employ 50 million youths into the Nigerian army? Are they part
not of it? Only, not entirely, because it's planned for our security. Because to be frank and to be fair, Even Chad at the moment has more personnel and security more than us. We need to recruit. Is a fact.
50 million youths.
Not now. I'm not. To him, if that is his plan, good. If he wants to,
that's a quarter of the Nigerian population.
If that's what we need to get this country secure, let's do it. In Israel, at young age, they start recruiting their youth into army. Is to keep the security tight. But still coming to that, its plan is to upgrade tactical communication, our tactical communication and transportation when it comes to security, border security. It has specialized plans for it, and is, like I said, is anti-specialized battalions. We see to that our border are secured. We combat insecurity. It has been reduced, but he will see that it ends. It ends as a nation, and he has a lot of plans when it comes to the military. He's upgrading their welfare, taking care of the diseased ones, their wives, their families. He has schemes on board. He wants to bring on board to make sure that if your father have been in the military and is diseased, the government will still take care of you. The families of our soldiers will be taken care of. They're doing a whole lot of job. We keep praising them, telling them to keep the good work. And Asiwaju coming in is good for everybody. Ahead of 2020 election, it's not about my father is there, or my mother is there, or my loved one is there. It's about this nation. It's about where we want this nation to go to. It's about the level of progress we want this nation to attain. And it's only Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu that can give us to us. And only Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu can guarantee us that Nigeria filled with milk and honey, that progressive Nigeria, that Nigeria where we can boast of. And let me tell you, Southeast will be the major beneficiaries of Tinubu presidency. And he's a man that when he speaks, and when he says this is what I'm going to do, he's going to do it. He promised us that we will build a manufacturing and industrial hub in this nation. He will tap on our national resources and make sure he diversifies it and lead us to where we want to go.
Okay, so before we go, well, if you are just joining us, of course, it is Politics Up here on Vanguard live studios from Lagos at West Nigeria. And of course, we still have Ada Anambra in the studio, a member, media and special project of the APC Presidential Campaign Council. Of course, she has been telling us a lot about the manifestos of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, of course, Ada, before I let you go, 3 times your account on social media was taken down. And would you like to tell us about your experience, supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu, especially the fact that you are from a state where the presidential candidate of the Labour Party hails from?
Yeah, the journey is not that easy, but thus far have helped me to develop more tough skins, and helped me to be more strong. A lot of threats, up to rape and death threats. Somebody have to threaten me to tell me that I will be raped to death. And I will not die slowly. The death will be slowly, but definitely I'll be taken out. So I did not took it that lightly. I contacted security, intelligence security, but that reminds me not to disrupt the peaceful process. At some point, because we are like taking him this, what's the implication, the noise in the media, this. I was like, okay, I suspended it. I'm saying it loud. I suspended it. I said, okay, let it be bygone. But when that tweet was made on Twitter removed the account from Twitter. We have security threats. Where I have to be cautious of my movement. It was not easy. A lot of verbal abuses. The insult is whenever you talk about the Biden movement, their other name is insult and abusive movement. The mob is all about trolling you once you say something against their candidate, and which is the reality and the bitter truth we are letting out there. How can you be supporting a man that met a state poverty rate at 23%? He left us at 53%. He's my brother. I'm not castigating. He's an uncle to me, but he's not capable enough. 2020 election is not about my father is there on the ballot paper, my uncle is there on the ballot. No, it's about this man has a proven track record. Let's go for him. This one cannot do it. When we gave him the opportunity, he messed us up. All investment he did for us was next to nothing. We have nothing to hold up to say this is the legacy in a state. Why going for it? Why being so hypocritical? So it's one of the fact that our people they don't want to understand. You know, when it comes to Southeast, we are like, let's key in and fall together, let's key in and fail together, let's key in and do it. Whether we are is leading to failure, just do it. It's our brother. No, 2020 election is not about our brother. It's not about my family member. It's not about my uncle is there. It's about the person that have the capacity, that has the antecedent, that have the experience, that is an expert in governance, administration, and management.
Right.
That's what we should focus. Let's give the person the mantle of leadership of this nation to lead us to that promised land of milk and honey we always anticipate and pray for.
All right, thank you very much, Ada. Well said. I hope the Nigerian youths are listening to you, and of course, the ultimate decision would be made come 25th of February next month. Well, viewers, if you're just joining us again, of course, it is Politics Hub here on Vanguard, broadcasting to you from Lagos, Southwest Nigeria. Do not forget to like, share, and of course, follow us on all our social media platforms showing on your screen. And my name remains Ido Bankole. Bye for now.
Thank you.